Hello and welcome to SalesCraft Sales Training Module 1. It's great to have you here today. Before we get started, I would like to ask you one question. Have you ever been a buyer? When I say that, I'm asking, have you ever purchased anything of high value? Because we're all really good at buying things. So if you can think back of when you were actually purchasing something and you had a conversation with a salesperson, they may have spoke to you. You may felt that you were not sold to, but you bought because you felt it was the right thing for you to have. On the other hand, the salesperson was building rapport. He was asking questions. They were showing you a demonstration of their product or service. They asked you for the order and you made a decision. So we're really, really good at buying things. So I'd like you to keep that in mind as we go through each module, because sales is about having conversations with someone and allowing them to buy. And what you're doing, you're navigating through the system to help them to make the right decision. Sales is not about trickery. It's about you having a service or a product that you believe in and know that it can benefit the person. So it's about having those moral feelings and actions so you can actually help a person make the right decision and grow your business. So let's start. What is sales? Sales is assisting a buyer in making good decisions. You're going to show them what you have and how it's going to benefit them. So you need to stop selling and start having meaningful conversations that lead to a mutual agreement to do business together. Now remember that it's two pairs making an agreement to work together. But there are 5 elements in every sale. Doesn't matter if you're selling something for 50 euros, if you're selling something for $1 million, these are the 5 elements. There's grabbing attention, there's creating curiosity, there's conviction in what you have, believing in it. It's creating the desire so the person wants it and it's been able to close. Sales is about being able to do something without thinking. And once you understand the psychology of sales, it all opens up. And why is this? Because it avoids decades of tough lessons and hard knocks once you get the system working. So what are the things you must have to be a top sales professional? What do you think they are? 1, you've got to have a system. Once you have a system in place, you can actually then follow that system. So if you got sidetracked, you know where you are. And a system will make selling more fun and you will close more deals. So the 5-step system that we use, which is Craft, it's about creating a connection. From creating the connection, it's about research and fact-finding to find out and offer insights of how you can help the person. And once you have them, it's about adapting your presentation to their needs. And from there, it's finding common ground to close the deal. And once the deal is closed, it's about tying up loose ends so you don't get buyer's remorse and you build a long-term relationship. So what are some of the things you must have to be a top professional? You definitely need product knowledge. You need to have selling skills and a good attitude and know and believe in what you are selling. Product knowledge, you'll probably only use about 15% of the whole product knowledge, but you need to know 100% because you don't know what 15% you're going to be using in the sale. Expertise, you need to be a good interviewer. You need to be curious, provoke curiosity, be a really good communicator, a good listener, address concerns, and create desire. That's what you have to do. Have all them in place, and you're on your way to be a top salesperson. Because what you're doing, you're creating trust. You're building rapport. And you need to be confident. You need to be enthusiastic, and you need to do your research on your client. When I say confident, you don't need to be overconfident. You actually just need to actually be so confident in yourself, because people like doing business with people that are confident. It shows that you're the expert. So cultivating trust through connection, engagement, foundation, adaptability, being authentic, customizing your conversation. It's all about mindset, skill set, and action. These are the elements that help you move forward when selling. So ways to connect with a client: mirror and matching, active listening, positive language, even breathing patterns, pacing and leading, how your speech patterns, creating good feelings, mirror and matching, gestures, verbal language. You may be talking to someone and use your hands. You may actually listen to what they're saying and actually repeat back one or two words of what they've said. And the object is to get them talking. The more that the person talks, the more rapport that's been built into the whole conversation, and the more they like you. I learned 3 decades ago, it was said to me in sales, you like someone, they like you, and if they like you, they buy off you. And for them to like you, you need to be a good listener and be engaged and interested in what they're saying. Let them talk. It's not about you talking. It's about you letting them talk. Finding out what they're interested in, and when you do, they will tell you all about it. And you should never argue with a potential customer. Even if you feel that they're actually wrong, don't argue with them. Use body language and your tonality go hand in hand. And it's about having empathy, not sympathy. Empathy is something that you can recognize that has happened to you sometime in the past, and you can relate to the story that they're telling. And there are 2 laws that you should always remember. The law of challenging beliefs. As I said, don't argue with someone. Never directly challenge another person's beliefs, but make what you say consistent with what he or she already believes. And then there's the law of psychological reciprocity. When you give another person credit for their intelligence, they are automatically and morally subconsciously bound to give you credit for the next thing you say. Remember these 2 laws, because you will use them not only in sales, but in every aspect of your life as well. Reciprocity is so crucial. An example even with reciprocity. You go out for lunch with someone and you say to them, hey, look, let me get this lunch for you. And you buy lunch. And then you could say, hey, any chance you could give me a lift home? Because you bought them lunch, the reciprocity is kicking in, and they feel obligated to actually give you a lift home. In sales, if you give someone a gift of some sort that is of value to them, you're opening up reciprocity. And that's with prospecting. And that's in a different module that we have, which we talk more about reciprocity and how it can be used in generating leads and getting good prospects. The sales game. In sales, you need to consistently convert a maximum number of opportunities to achieve success. Common sense. The more people you speak to, not just be a great talker, but structurally have conversations with them and being able to use the right language, the right tonality, and being able to use craft to help you grow your business, you'll actually start closing more deals. So in sales, when you're speaking to someone, there's different archetypes that you need to be familiar with. There is the friend, there is the financial authority, there is the tech guy, and the end user. The friend is someone that will actually help you along in the process, that if the sale goes quiet or you need to get back in touch with them, This is a person that you can lean on. The financial guy is the money man. And sometimes this person you may never see, but he's the one that actually takes the advice from everyone else and then will make the decision. Then you have the tech guy. The tech guy is the person that knows everything about the company, everything about the product, and they are usually the hardest person to convince because it's their baby. And then you have the end user. This is the person who's going to be using the system or using your services. And they sometimes can be a bit nervous because they're unsure of how the new process is going to affect them. These 4 archetypes could be one person, they could be 2 people, or they could be 10 people. You have to know when you're having conversations with people, which we'll show you later on in a different module, of who they are and how you can use your language to communicate with each one of them. So what is sales? To be really good at sales, it's about having sales techniques. It's about coaching, having discussions, role-playing, and winning. Sales is a profession, like an accountant, like an engineer. And most people out there who are in sales don't get trained or don't want to be trained. And those people make okay money. People like you who take sales as a profession and are willing to put in the time and the effort to be successful at sales, very limited. And I will tell you, when you get really good at sales and you practice and understand how it all operates, it's life-changing. You not only use it in your business, but you use it in all parts of life as well. So I have a little assignment for you in Module 1. I'd like you to create a checklist that you will have by your side to help guide you in every conversation. By the end of the training, you'll have mastered one aspect of selling that you can do perfectly. What other specific skills would you like to get out of the training? What do you believe to be your most important problem in selling? And over the coming weeks, try to be aware of your attitude and listen to the next conversation over the weekend and repeat the last 2-3 words to that person. And by doing this, you're starting to train your mind in how you operate and how you have conversations with people. So that concludes Module 1.